Okay, so this is a video guide for how to use the shadows area on Foot Trading. So basically, you want to read the instructions and the basic things to know. It's important you understand this. However, what you're going to go and do is go down to the table once you understand all that. And you're going to make sure you're on the latest update each time. So you can see right now, if we refresh the page, we should be on a later update than 23. Just wait a second because it's refreshing. Whenever that happens, just keep refreshing the page and eventually it will update. You can see we're on the latest update now. So now you have a table in front of you and you'll have buy prices and sell prices for cards with Shadow Chemistry Star. So you can use the filters provided to you here, or you can use the methods that I'll explain within the video. Again, as time goes on, these like the filters I might show, you might need to adjust the prices a little bit. So one way you can do this firstly is you can filter by the header, so you can click on these headers with the little dots, and if you press on them, you'll see it puts it high to low on the buy price. You press it again, it will go low to high. So now that you press it to low to high, the first method, which you do need to be very quick with sniping to do this, but you can see every card is recommended to buy for 2,000 as of right now with Shadow Chemistry Star. Again, this will change over time, but you now know that every card at 2,000 would be a good buy price. So one thing you could do is you go onto Viva and you could put your filter into gold rare because it's only gold rares within this method. Shadow Chemistry Star and 2,000 buy it now. 15 million max bid, and you can keep searching like this to snipe cards. Now I don't recommend really doing this because it's probably the hardest thing you could do to snipe, because Shadows is the most contested filter out of all of them. But this is one way you could go about it, is by sniping like that. I'm not going to sit here trying to snipe one because I know how hard this is to do, and this is not going to be for many of you. So another method you can do is you can go back to the table and you can press it again to sort it high to low, and you can go through player by player on these cards and try to find good buy prices with the chemistry style, okay? So basically, if you go through here and you can see the current market price without a chemistry style estimate, and you can see it says 39,000 current price, and the average in the past couple of hours has been 38,500, okay? Whereas the buy price is 32, this means the card's inflated right now quite heavily. So the reason the price is so much lower as of right now is because we have protection in place from like spikes and inflation that happens for an hour or two. You don't want to be buying a card for too much and then suddenly it crashes because it's inflated randomly. But basically you can go through and you can look for a card that's kind of matching the price. Again, the typical good ones will be under about 25,000 with Shadow. So again, go through until you find one that looks close. Mappy Leon's pretty close, not quite there though. I like to refer to the average price, and if they're close enough to the buy price, then I know I'm probably going to be able to get a couple of deals on that one. But you can see right now a lot of these gold cards have had massive spikes in the past couple of hours. We'll try to find one though. Maybe card Chowie, you could have a look at this one. So you can see 22,500, 21,000. Just check it in game and see if it actually is being heavily supplied, because then you know an undercut might pop up with a chemistry star. So you can go in game without the chemistry star and just search. You can see it's inflated even more right now, so there's not going to be any snipes there as of the current moment. So just go back to the table and look for another one. Try to find one that's actually close to the average though. So maybe this one would be good. Beth Mead, maybe not. Just try a bunch of cards basically until you find one that actually is popping quite well. At the time of recording the video, you can see a lot of these high rateds are actually really inflated again. Whenever you have market crashes, typically you'll have rebounds and obviously stuff messes up for a little bit, but it will settle out again, and obviously you could do it with the high tier cards. But again, maybe the cards under 10,000 would be more suitable for this right now. So you could see McAllister maybe. But basically just pick out a card, we'll try to find one. And I've said that a few times, but possibly a Kanji would be good. You can see the buy price is 7.9. The current market price is 8 and the average is 8.1. So maybe that card will be popping up. So what you do is you go into game and you just check firstly the average price of the card without the chemistry star. You can see it's actually up as well a little bit. It's not too much up, but you might struggle to snipe one as of right now with a Shadow. You're trying to find one that's kind of at the current market price without the chemistry style to the buy price, basically. Could check Trent. I'll stop switching scenes, but basically you're going through and looking for cards like this. So this one's a little bit inflated, not by a whole lot. Again, the time of me recording this is just before content, so during content these cards are going to come down. That's why the prices are obviously there to be stable and safe from any kind of drops. But you can see they're popping up for 7,300, right? So if they're popping up standardly for 7.3k, users that sell their teams don't remember that they have a chemistry style on it that adds value. So what you can go and do is try get it to pop up firstly, like this basically. Flick it to like this, and anytime you see one with a shadow for the buy price, which is 7,300, you can buy it. So you can sit here like this, and you're basically looking for one to pop up of a shadow card. Again, don't sit on one player for too long. Try to blend around a bunch of different players, because sitting on one player won't be that efficient to do. But I'm just going to try and get one in real time. Obviously that's quite tricky to kind of show you in real time, but we'll see. It's not looking too active right now. In about 20 minutes time this will actually pick up, but I probably picked quite a bad time to be recording a tutorial for this to show you real time examples. But hopefully the concept of what I'm doing there is understandable. Basically, you can continue to go through the list until you find a player that works for you, basically. Carvajal, for example. The buy price is 7.2k. This is a good one, okay? I'll zoom in again. So you can see Carvajal here. Buy price of a shadow is 7.2. Current market price is 7.1. Average is 7k. So this card of a shadow is likely to pop up quite a lot right now. So what you can do is go into game. Again, you have to make sure it's not actually inflated or anything. If I could type the right guy's name in. I have other methods as well that are mass filters that I'll cover after this. So this is a perfect one, okay? This card's heavily supplied at 7.2 or less. Now there's only one above the hour, so you can compare price like this. If there's more than one above the hour, then you'll need to lower the price until there's only one above the hour or none above the hour. Whenever there's more than one that's got above an hour listing, you can't compare price on the filter, okay? Basically, flick your right analog stick to display the chemistry style. Press X, B, or square and circle if you're on console. If you're on PlayStation, sorry. And anytime you see a shadow card, you can buy it for 7,200. What I recommend when you're doing chemistry style trading is don't buy more than 2 or 3 of the same player, because some cards have more supply than demand himself, and you might need to lower these prices down a little bit from what the recommended sell price might be over time. It's rare that will happen, but some cards just generally don't sell as well as others with chemistry styles. But we'll try and get one of these with a shadow in real time. Hopefully you'll be able to do it. It can take a little bit of patience to actually get one to pop up, but that was a mistake by me. Again, anytime you see a shadow card, the buy price on site right now is 7,200. So you know anytime one pops up, you can buy the card. Like I said, I picked quite a bad time to be recording the tutorial to actually get a deal in real time. I'm sure the concepts of what I'm explaining here makes sense. There's a very good chance that people will list them with a shadow, because when they're selling their teams, they don't consider the fact they've got a chemistry style on their card if they've added one themselves. So a lot of people will sell their shadow Carvajal for the average price of the card naturally. They don't consider how much the shadow adds to the card. That's the whole trick with chemistry style trading. If I'm unable to get one, which it looks like I am, the concept there should make sense. Now another method you can do is you can go gold rare, chemistry style shadow, max bid price 4,000. Again, you can toggle this a little bit to what suits you at the time. And you can put the max buy now to 15 million. So that should filter gold rare, shadow, 4,000, 15 million. If there's too many pages, you can lower this down a little bit. But as of right now, you can search like this. Go towards the 59th minute. Again, there will be a lot of pages to get there. You don't need to be quick with this method though, normally. So all you're doing is just scrolling. It might take you 60 to 70 pages to get there. But if you're if there's too many pages for your liking, then lower the pricing parameters down a bit. You can mess around with this to find out what suits you better. I'm just giving you a baseline filter of what you can use in real time. But like I said, with a lot of shadow chemistry style trading methods, you need to be really quick to snipe deals. Whereas with this method right here, I did this yesterday and I've probably got about 75 deals that are making about 800 coins plus profit per card, up to 1,000, 2,000 coins. So you're going to see how overpowered this method can be. Again, you're going to keep the website up on your other tab. It looks like I just got a market ban for searching. It's not a very good timing to be doing that. Yeah, I've been market banned. Now let me just quickly switch to the other generation. That just means I've been searching too much for a little while. So you just go to the other version of the game. Just wait for it to load up. The same concept though with the pricing filters. I would tend to cut these videos down, but I'm not an editor or anything, and I don't have an editor, so you can skip this bit if you want to, guys, until you see me back on the actual menus. Alright, so back on. You go to gold rare, shadow, 4,000, because that's what we were saying. You can change that to 3.5 if there's too many pages. 15 million. Search the market. First little trick, like I did mention this, but press A and hover over buy it now. By doing that, you'll be on buy it now whenever you go across a player. Just a little trick for you if you don't already know that. A lot of people will. And just go to the 59th minute. Again, if there's too many pages or you feel like it's taken too long, you can obviously back out and adjust the pricing parameters, but you see it typically glitches out after a couple and jumps you up to 30 minutes. Anything under about 75 pages is pretty good. It seems like right now it's a lot higher, but that's probably because of the time of the day. We are getting towards the more active hours of the day. Like, we're nearly at content now, so I'm going to stick with it because it's not that bad for me. Try not to go too quickly, like don't spam RB too fast because you'll get kicked out for searching too quickly when you're going page by page. So you're just trying to get towards the 58th minute with the filter. You don't need to go straight to 59, you can if you want to, but anywhere from like minute 58, so around now. And essentially what you're going to do is you're going to look all these cards up if you see anything that looks relatively good, alright? If you don't know any of the prices, just type the guy's name in on the website, but I'll be able to recognise a deal or one to search up when I see it. You kind of get the hang of doing this as you do the method though. But if you don't know any of the prices, just type the player's name in. So for example, Robertson, I don't know his price entirely. So what I'd do, you'd have the website up at the same time as searching. I just search in Robertson. The buy price is 4,600, so there's no profit to be made there. You're basically looking to buy them for the buy price or less, right? Pretty self-explanatory. I won't keep switching scenes, but I'll search a lot of these players up on my PC while I'm obviously scrolling the filter. Owner Batel, we'll check this one. Buy price is 4.8 right now. It seems like the market's inflated quite a lot, so Gvardiol will be a good one. Again, it's down to the time of the day, but here you can see. You do this later into the evening, it's really easy, man. You can see Gvardiol buy price is 6,500, sell price is 7.6. So if we were to have got that deal for 6.2, that'd be perfect, right? Because it's under the buy price, we know it's a good deal. If you do this, it depends on the time of the day that you do this to see if you're going to have more success, okay? But that's basically what you do. You then back out once you've got to the 59th minute and you've checked them all. Put shadow back on and lower the 15 million down once and basically rinse and repeat, okay? Now if there's too many pages, like I said, you have to keep putting the ChemStar back on. But you can lower the max bid price to say 3,000 and repeat the search, okay? There will be less pages when you do that. So you'll get to a 59th minute faster. So you can see this is a lot shorter, right? So you might have more success by putting it to 3,000. Just basically mess around with it and find something that suits you. And literally any card that you see that you don't know, just search them up. So Sabitzer, buy price is 2.6k. It's pretty close, but not quite there. You should be able to kind of be able to tell, but if you don't know any of the prices, just look them up. It takes 1 second. I don't feel like there's any good deals there, so I just back out and then basically lower it down and repeat. So basically, they're the 3 methods you can do. I know I didn't pick any up in that little explanation there, but I can tell you for a fact it works because a lot of these cards here are from doing these methods, mainly the scrolling one I just explained there. A lot of them with shadow, for example, Williamson. I would have bought that for about 4,000 throughout this method, okay? And I made about 1k profit. This was all yesterday. Again, you're not going to know when that was because the video will be here for a while now. But you can see examples, okay? Now, when cards don't sell, so you'll have cards that don't sell after an hour. What you want to do is either lower them by 1 denomination, and you can do that a couple of times until they eventually sell, right? Or you can just keep relisting for a few hours. If it doesn't sell within, say, 6 hours, then I would typically lower the price down a tad because it means the demand's less than the supply, okay? But basically what I tend to do is just relist. When you're online, do when you're online, do 1 hour listing, and when you're offline, do 12-hour listing. It's really this simple though, man, and you just relist the cards like this. And you see a lot of the cards sell, man. But if they don't sell, you can lower the denomination by 1 and just relist the card like that. It's really that straightforward. If you have to lower them slightly, it's purely because the demand is less than the supply, okay? This card's probably got heavy supply of a shadow right now, but you can see how much money I'm making on the card. I've got plenty of room to work with it regardless. But you just do that with all the cards, basically. Try not to, like, if you get multiple of the same player, you can see I've got 5 Paulinias. Try not to do this too much because you end up with the same card too much and they sell quite slowly. Try to get, like, maybe 2 or 3 of the same player maximum. But that's basically how the shadow method works and what you can do with this method and how you use it, okay? Obviously, the filters on the website too. There's plenty of different filters you can use or different methods to get ChemStyle deals. So basically, try one and find out what works with you. But that was just some ways you can use the tables and stuff. Or using the mass filter and using the table to search cards up whilst you're looking in FIFA. Hopefully it's been helpul, guys. If you got any questions relating to this area or anything, if you come to our Discord, and you make sure you get the website subscriber role via the account page, you connect your Discord. You can ask questions in here and I'll get back to you as soon as I can.